6:48 here at Sunrise. Your top headlines in our Smart Stars. Several breaking stories we've been following all morning. 2 house fires in Rochester back to back.
This is the first scene here on Cottage Street where the calls came in just around 3:30. You can see those ladders extended up to the roof while firefighters were checking things out there. We also witnessed people standing outside covered in blankets trying to keep warm. We'll keep you updated as this story develops.
They also responded to a burning home here at Grand Avenue. The calls for that scene around 1 a.m. Details limited at this time as there's no word yet on if anyone was at this home, any injuries or the cause.
Well, there's further breaking news as a gunpoint robbery at a McDonald's apparently happened on Rochester's east side, where police tell us this was around 11 last night at the restaurant on Colville near East Main. They were in the process of closing when a suspect reportedly pulled out a handgun demanding money. There were several employees inside, but police do tell us nobody was hurt. No arrests have yet been made as well. We'll have the updates on these as well as all your top headlines as they come into our newsroom. Stay tuned with us, especially on our website, rochesterfirst.com.
A former police officer here in the city has pleaded guilty to raping a teen. That is Sean Jordan, 40 years old, admitted to raping a 13-year-old during the summer of 2022 in Ontario County. He also admitted he touched that teen inappropriately at a different time that summer. Sentencing is set for June 25th. There's still a separate case against Jordan from Monroe County in that he's accused of exposing himself to a teen during a Facebook video chat. After his initial arrest for that in March last year, the department suspended Jordan without pay. He did later resign.
The legal team for a prominent business owner in Rochester files an opposition to a lawsuit against her. Five Star Bank accuses Catherine Mott of a multi-million-dollar check kiting scheme. Mott's fighting the bank's request to turn her assets into receivership. That basically just means they hand it over to an independent party until the court resolves the case. The documents from her legal team allege that the federal civil court has no authority to do so, and they further claim that the lawsuit does not have enough evidence. This initial lawsuit presented by Five Star Bank states Mott used various accounts and checks, ending up costing that bank nearly $20 million. The bank is suing for damages, claiming that it's also working with law enforcement in regards to a possible RICO Act violation.
When you head out this morning, you may see signs along the expressways for this missing 21-year-old. That's Cooper Karras, believed to be suicidal and in need of medical care. Hasn't been seen since Monday night. That was in Albion, driving a 2013 gray Volkswagen Jetta with the New York tags on the car. That's KEC 4445. Police believe Tuesday he could have been in Clifton Springs. If you have any leads that can help get him home, you're asked to call 911. Your expressways, as we talk about those with your Sunrise traffic at 6:51, clear on the map in terms of any accidents or heavy congestion. We'll check that again coming up at about 7:25.
Dr. Carmine Peluso speaking on his departure from his position as RCSD superintendent. This after the shocking announcement Tuesday where he'll now be taking a job at the Churchville-Chili School District instead. This does mark RCSD's 7th search for a superintendent in the last decade. Peluso taking over just before the start of the 2022-23 school year. Other RCSD leaders have cited issues with certain board members as a factor for his departure, but that is something Peluso himself would not confirm or deny. He adds the decision was a difficult one, but he did make it on his own.
This isn't easy. 14 years, and when I stepped into this role, that was sudden as well. Right, but I wanted to make sure we were doing work on behalf of our families, and I think we've done that, and we've done that over the last couple of years to do some things that will have an impact for quite some time.
Peluso will remain as RCSD superintendent until June 30th, at which time an interim will be appointed. The board will then search for a full replacement, and it's unclear how long that process may take. The board's president says they're committed to a smooth transition.
The community in Lyons is weighing in here on a controversial decision from the town. Leaders there have moved a Veterans Memorial statue from its spot in Central Park across from the courthouse to Taylor Park. The obelisk is sitting on a makeshift base as leaders discuss the ultimate future of it. Some at this meeting last night called the move disrespectful because Taylor Park has historically been under-maintained, but the town says that's part of the reason the move was made, basically to have more pride in it. The board has agreed to have more discussions in future meetings to get more feedback from veterans. As we look ahead to Good Friday tomorrow, Easter Sunday at Mount Olivet Baptist Church in Rochester, there are special services for Holy Week.
In fact, one just wrapped up, which is where we find Ron Spitzer live this morning at the church. Ron, tell us about the services.
Yes, this is actually the 16th annual Holy Week hosted by Mount Olivet Baptist Church. During this week, every day, the church has had special services really early in the morning. In fact, one of those just wrapped up, and let me tell you, this parking lot and that church were packed for it. Every morning early, there featured music and a different speaker from around the country, bringing in pastors and bishops from Buffalo, Detroit, Atlanta, among others. And after every service, a hot breakfast is served. The event is also live streamed on YouTube, so really anybody can join from anywhere. The week-long celebration will end on the evening of Good Friday, which will feature 14 local and regional preachers. The church's senior pastor, Reverend Dr. Ricky Harvey, tells me this is a time for community.
It's a time when the community comes together for inspiration. In these times in which we live, where there's so much bad news, there's so much crime, there's so much hurt, one of the things we need is inspiration. We need to be made to feel good. We need to be excited about one another. We need to be sharing love. And it's a time for us to come and love up on each other and encourage each other.
Good Friday is happening tomorrow, and that special service is at 6 p.m. in addition to that morning Holy Week service. For now, Oran Spitzer, News 8.
Oran, thank you. We've got opening day today for 26 of the 30 clubs in Major League Baseball. Originally, all 30 were supposed to be in action, but Mother Nature is bringing some rain in the Northeast. Mets and Brewers, they're off till tomorrow. Phillies and Braves also postponed to Friday. The regular season technically began last week overseas with a series in Seoul. That was a two-game matchup between the Padres and the Dodgers. Tonight, March Madness picks up again with the Sweet 16 in the men's NCAA tournament. Here on News 8, a doubleheader. We have 6-seed Clemson taking on the 2-seed Arizona. That's at 7:09. Half hour after that, we'll have tip-off of the Crimson Tide, the 4-seed Alabama taking on the number 1 seed this year in that regional, the Tar Heels of North Carolina.
All right, James, let's take a final check of that forecast. Of course, we can't let you go without reminding folks that you might want to reach back for the jacket this morning.
Sure. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler today, 10, 15 degrees cooler than we were yesterday. Afternoon highs in the 40s there as well. You got partly cloudy skies. Here's your 8-day. Tomorrow, similar to today, kind of just mixed skies there. Saturday, watch out for a shower or two in the afternoon. Sunday, Easter Sunday, maybe a little bit of even a wintry mix real early, but most of the day is dry there. And then, yeah, waiting for our warm-up as we get into late next week.
All right, thank you, James, and thank you, everybody at home, for watching us here at Sunrise. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes.
CBS Mornings is coming up next, and just have a great Thursday, everyone.
Follow News 8 wherever you are, on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.